Hey, so how come hardly anybody owns their house anymore in Canada?
Oh, yeah. Funny story.
Well, what happened?
Well, so the first thing they did is they sort of tricked us into losing the land that our homes were on to all the local indigenous groups in whatever area we were in.
They did? Did anybody try to stop them?
Well, no, because they said that it'd be racist if we fought this somehow. So we don't want to be racist. So we just, you know,
So what? Then they just took your homes?
well, no, we didn't lose our homes. It's just the banks wouldn't give us financing them anymore. They wouldn't renew our mortgages. So then when that happened, just the values of our homes just tanked.
Oh, I see. So just the value of all the homes dropped. Well, that doesn't sound so bad.
Yeah, no, not quite. So what happened was the property values tanked, and then people owed more on their mortgage than the house was worth, and nobody would buy them because nobody could get financing, and the banks didn't want them. So we just sort of found ourselves in this tricky spot.
What do you mean?
Yeah, so then this company called Brookfield, they came in with this really good idea, and they said, "Well, no, we'll buy these homes from you, and wipe out your mortgage." We were basically just buying them for like 20 cents on the dollar, and then we rented our own homes from Brookfield. Um, it sounded like not such a bad idea at the time.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so they started off with these rents being nice and low, and then they just kept cranking them up. And then they went and they sort of fixed all the rules with the land later. Like once they had all the value in these homes, they sort of made it different. And then they fixed the mortgage rules, and then that made the prices even higher. So yeah, Brookfield did really well on this.
Wait, so then Brookfield came in and bought them all?
Yeah, so this is one of the funny parts. So Brookfield was the company that Mark Carney, who's the prime minister this all happened under, this is the company that he was running before he was the prime minister, and the company he still owned a bunch of shares in when he was running our country.
And nobody saw this coming?
What do you mean?
Well, didn't anybody check to see if there were conflicts of interest before you elected him prime minister? Like nobody?
So yeah, we asked about the conflicts of interest, and the conservatives who were running against him, they asked about the conflicts of interest, but Carney just said they weren't a big deal, and I guess we just kind of believed him.
Oh no.
Well, yeah, because he said that the guy that was running against him was a racist, homophobic, Nazi bigot, and we believed him.
Oh yeah, well, you wouldn't want that.
Well, yeah. So it turned out that guy actually has a gay dad, and his wife was a minority from Venezuela. And it turned out he actually really liked Jewish people, so he wasn't like a racist, homophobic Nazi after all. Yeah, shouldn't have believed that one, I guess, hey?
So wait a sec. So then you voted this Carney guy in with, I'm assuming, a majority government?
What? No, no, no. Just a minority.
He did all of this with a minority?
Well, no, no. After the election, he was a few seats short of a majority. But then he talked a few of the MPs from the racist Nazi party to come over and quit being racist and Nazis and join his good party, and then he got a majority.
Wait a sec. So he won a minority and ended up with a majority after the fact? Am I understanding this right?
Yeah, weird, right?
Okay, wait. I need to know more about this Carney guy. What else did he do prior to becoming the prime minister?
Well, yeah, he actually did a lot of work with this big group called the World Economic Forum.
So, okay, the World Economic Forum. What were they about? Did they give you any hints that maybe they were planning something like this?
Well, yeah, they actually wrote this book about it called The Great Reset. They talked about how you'll own nothing and be happy. They kind of told us everything.
Did anyone take the time to read it?
Oh, it was just a conspiracy theory.
So I just want to make sure I understand this. So Mark Carney, the prime minister who previously worked with the World Economic Forum, laid out a plan to take all the homes away from people and bought them for pennies on the dollar from Canadians, the company that he still owns while he's prime minister. Is that right? And sorry, what happened with Alberta and Saskatchewan?
Oh, yeah, they had a referendum in 2026. They voted to leave. They're out of here.
Well, and how are they doing now?
Yeah, they're kind of rolling. Doing way better than us, that's for sure. Turned out to be a pretty good decision. We laughed at them at the time, but yeah, they might have been onto something there.
Wow, sounds like a pretty good decision.
Yeah, we're like dead broke on the verge of bankruptcy. It was a pretty decision on their part.
Yeah, just wish someone would have seen it coming on your end. If only there were signs.
I know, right? Anyway, can you pass me that bowl of crickets? I haven't eaten lunch yet today.